Thanks, Concorla. I don't know whether I'm sad or embarrassed to be here again at the annual charade where we're asked to wave through draconian legislation so that it can operate for another 12 months. And I think it bears emphasising that the Offences Against the State Amendment Act was supposed to be passed as emergency legislation in 1998, but yet we renew it every year. Now, the reason why we're asked to renew it every year is that the bill contains a radical departure from normal procedures in any civilised society regarding due process, and the potential for such legislation to be seriously abused is, in my opinion, real and disturbing. And I think we have to step back and ask, is this legislation in any way useful? As Deputy Wallace said, Section 8 of the 2009 Act, which we're being asked to renew today, has never been invoked by the DPP. And back in 2011, the Irish Council for Civil Liberties, in a strongly worded statement, said that the government's renewal of this redundant gangland's power in the Criminal Justice Amendment Act defies reason. Now, if it defied reason in 2011, it certainly defies reason in 2015. Now, Minister, when you moved this bill in the Seanad last week, you acknowledged that organised crime continues to represent a significant law enforcement issue. In other words, the presence of this draconian legislation has an absolutely zero impact on gangland crime and is in fact put forward to curtail civil liberties and doesn't do anything to deal with what it's supposed to do. And I think the proof is in the moving. This is the fourth time in the lifetime of this stall that we've debated these issues. Now, the first time round on the 13th of June 2012, in moving to renew the 1998 Act, former Minister for Justice Alan Shatter told the Dáil the Garda assessment shared by the PSNI in regard to the terrorist threat level in Northern Ireland is that it is severe. On the 19th of June 2013, again moving the bill, the same minister said the Garda assessment shared by the Police Service of Northern Ireland PSNI in respect of the terrorist threat level in Northern Ireland is that it is regarded as severe. On the 19th of June 2014, you said, Minister, the Garda assessment shared by the Police Service for Northern Ireland PSNI of the terrorist threat level in Northern Ireland is that it is severe. And last week, you again said the Garda assessment shared by the Police Service of Northern Ireland PSNI in respect of the terrorist threat level in Northern Ireland is regarded as severe. So in other words, every year we've had a carbon copy. The wording has not changed, but neither does the supposed threat level. But what benefit has your legislation been during that time? The real way of dealing with gangland and organised crime is to work with other government departments to address the social causes of them. If you want to deal with terrorist activities, you've got to deal with the conditions that breed them, including the positions in our prisons, which I have to say have shamefully been ignored. The idea that curtailing democratic rights, in common with the recent Criminal Justice Terrorist Offences Bill, it's an undemocratic overreaction to an overblown terrorist threat, and it's just not good enough. The idea that we would suspend a right to jury trial and other basic democratic human rights in the name of a so-called spurious threat is absolutely appalling to my mind. We shouldn't be renewing it. We should be absolutely doing away with this repressive legislation.